So here we have a Cthulhu Mage list that was given to me in the comment section. From what I understand, the building of the deck went something like this. So Cthulhu's pretty dope, and you spend a lot of the game buffing up your Cthulhu with all these guys, but then sometimes you don't draw Cthulhu and that's a bummer. So how about we just play it with Aluneth? But since we're playing Aluneth, we want our curve to be relatively low, so that when we're drawing a bunch of cards we can actually play them. And then if we make that low curve consist of a lot of cheap spells, they have synergy with Mana Worm, they have synergy with Sorcerer's Apprentice, and even with the Mage Cthulhu card Cult Sorcerer, which buffs your Cthulhu every time you cast a spell. And then, since we've got all these cheap spells, why not play a couple Arcane Giants at the top end? Hopefully by the time we're drawing our whole deck with Aluneth, these guys cost like 1 or 2 mana. So I think that's what's going on here. It explains most of the cards in the deck. There is an Arcane Explosion, which I'm not 100% in love with, but I guess it's supposed to be for the Paladin matchup. And I'm also not totally in love with 1 Beckoner of Evil, 1 Twilight Elder, and 1 Cthulhu's Chosen. Seems like it's just a pretty random assortment of Cthulhu cards. But other than that, I like the way the deck looks for the most part. One card that is notably missing from the deck is Fireball. And when I'm drawing my whole deck with Aluneth, I like to be able to launch fireballs at my opponent's face, but I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken about that being the optimal strategy. I'm inclined to think that -1 Twilight Elder and -1 Arcane Explosion for 2 fireballs would make the deck quite a bit better. But this is the list that was given to me, so let's roll with it for now.
Jaina versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
You asked for it.
Do I keep Beckoner of Evil? I guess the only thing better is Mana Worm, really. Which I ended up getting. I guess Aluneth was actually also probably better.
Is someone injured? Let's make magic.
This thing contests the Cleric, so I'll play it. It's kind of bad into Potion of Madness, but at least it kills his Cleric. It's a 2 for 2. Alright, so I play the Arcane Intellect, gives me 5 power on board, and I can kill the Cleric. Could also play the Arcane Missiles. Probably nice to develop the Beckoner of Evil here. Nice. Also got to push 5 damage. Or wait, no, I guess I got to push 4, right? Gilded Gargoyle.
I can't do that.
Well, I found my Cthulhu. That's good, right? Easy RNG. You know what? Get frozen.
This way.
Lets me push more damage with the worm. Even pushes more damage with the guy I would have had to trade with. And it sets up to just hero power this guy next turn when I seem to have a dead turn.
Medicine inside.
Bummer. That's a playable card though.
Look very familiar.
The mirror images don't really do a whole lot here, but they probably don't really do a whole lot ever. And I might run into hand size issues with Aluneth, but probably not at this point. If I was holding it, it was probably for exactly the other Cult Sorcerer. Or Mana Worm, I guess. Didn't seem that important either way. Alright, so I guess that tells me he's Control Priest. I guess the Gilded Gargoyle probably told me that, huh?
Unleash your potential.
Alright, so I have a pretty good turn 7, just playing these 3 cards. Probably just hit him in the head for 6. Could kill his guy, though. He picked that card real quick. Kind of feels like it might be a greater healing potion.
Let's make magic.
Let's kill this thing. The damage lines up quite nicely.
Power courses through me.
Glyph is a decent pickup with a giant in hand, I guess. And of course with these two guys on the board. Hopefully he can't deal with the sorcerer.
Meddlesome insect.
Alright. Yep, greater healing potion. See what I can get off this. They all kinda suck, but I guess I'll take Polymorph. Frostbolt that and play a 4/4. Or a 4-mana 8/8.
We'll shape this world to our will.
I have a lot of cards in my hand, but they're all so cheap. Shouldn't be too much of an issue to dump them. Shadow or Death. Alright, so my minions cost 7. I do want to play the giant here. Maybe just like polymorph this guy. My spells are kind of awkward to play, actually. Alright. I guess this isn't really much of a play. But I got my big boy in play.
You need only to seize it.
I wonder.
Okay.
Cthulhu needs my seal.
He stole my Cthulhu's Chosen. Well, I probably just want to put a bunch of stats on my Cthulhu this turn, and then attempt to play him next turn. So how about I just do this, and then one of these, and then one of these. Freeze this guy, and hit him in the head. Got myself down to 6 cards, so I had room to draw my last ones. Hope I didn't have lethal with Cthulhu there, I didn't even calculate it. But he's only up to 18, I put 5 stats on him that turn. So he was at 13, even if they all went face, it wasn't lethal. And also this guy did 2 face damage, right? Is this a Psychic Scream? He has to know there's a Cthulhu in my hand.
Quickly.
Nice. No legend for you, priest player.
Jaina versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Oh, it is on.
Alright, Mana Worm into Frostbolt. Seems decent. Arcane Giant, not so much. That's more of a post-Aluneth card.
Time runs out on me.
Double Arcane Giant. Not great, but I have a Sorcerer's Apprentice to play out here.
An incredible discovery.
Seems like a very straightforward turn. Kill his dude, play one of my dudes, hit him with my dudes. Easy. Alright, I think this is my first indication that he's Secret Mage. Frost Nova, damn. Well, it's not like his Mana Worm lines up well against any of my dudes, so it's fine. Oh right, I have a Sorcerer's Apprentice in place, I can play that. Well, don't have AoE. Actually, he already played his Primordial Glyph card, so there's really nothing he can have that's any good here. Alright, He decided Mana Worm is more of a threat than Sorcerer's Apprentice. I guess that's fair. Pretty obvious play we have this turn.
This
Arcane Explosion is kinda crap. But that's okay, because I'm winning on board.
you win.
Okay, well. Sometimes you're an aggro deck and they don't have a great curve.
Jaina versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
You asked for it.
Definitely just want some dudes in the opener.
Justice demands retribution.
I think I'm gonna hold back on the coin. Doesn't seem like it really does a whole lot for me. Probably coin out the... Well, I guess I'll coin that, or I'll play that instead of coining out the Frostbolt. Well, rest in peace, Sorcerer's Apprentice. Let's play this guy since the alternative is do nothing. Is this the Arcane Explosion's time to shine? Ooh, 2 face juggles. That's unlucky. So if I go Explosion plus Missiles, it's not even that likely to clear. This does appear to be Dude Paladin since he's playing Squire and Direwolf Alpha, so the Explosion is actually very good. I'm just gonna go Missiles plus this guy. Wow, that was so bad.
Listen closely.
I could definitely see Explosion plus Missiles being the play there, but Explosion is so good if he has like Stand Against Darkness or whatever. Or even just against a bigger board this turn. This is not a great Explosion. Probably just Frostbolt one Juggler and Hero Power the other. Hey, that's why we play this card. I'm still skeptical. Okay, I could even play that too, so I don't have to Hero Power the Argent Squire. Dude, we're buffing Cthulhu. I don't care what the other options are, we're taking Glyph every time. Okay, well, now I have to care what the other options are, I guess. I guess Frost Nova's probably pretty good in this matchup. Lets me stall his board for a turn so Aluneth can dig for Cthulhu.
The light dims, but we fight.
That feels bad. 6 mana, draw 1 card. Actually, it doesn't even net you a card. Damn, that sucks. Well, let's play an 8/8. These freaking equality players. I hate equality. Just the Hearthstone card, though. Alright, well, Aluneth is pretty much always the best thing you can do if you have the mana for it. Hey, I found Cthulhu. And next turn, let's see, I can go Conjurer, Cult Sorcerer, make some taunts, and then Frostbolt is 5/5.
Reporting for duty.
Alright.
You look very... Let's make magic.
So I was attempting to play Sorcerer's Apprentice there, and it's actually pretty bad that I failed, because now I can't Frostbolt his face. But, you know, I can still Put a bunch of stuff on the board, he can't really deal with any of it, and Cthulhu comes down next turn. I might end up not having lethal though, since I missed that. How big is he? 14? Let's see where this goes. Because it does buff my Cthulhu. Alright, so 15, 23. I'm definitely not going to have lethal here. That's a bummer. Do I want to play this first just so I get one more ping? Actually, let's just freeze his face. Even if the lion gets left up, I should have taunts, so it shouldn't matter too much. Nice. I was skeptical of the arcane explosion, and it won us that game.